मोहन प्रचोदयात्. Welcome to our book reading Seva session. We are reading Guru Leela 1 and we will begin from where we stopped last time. An Affair to Remember by Preeti Gopalaratnam, India. It's been my dream for a very long time to experience the Kumbh Mela in all its glory, but I didn't know I was going to get so lucky when I got to know that I could go there with my guru, Brahma Rishi Mohanji. I think I did win the lottery there. I got double lucky as by Guru's grace, my spouse Madhu and I took our two young girls aged 4 and 6.5 too. There are times in your life when you can sit back and say, that's it, I don't want anything more. That was my state when I came back from this beautiful and sacred pilgrimage. We managed to take two dips in the Godavari River on Mahasnan days, which is 13 September and 18 September. On 13 September 2015, our entire group met Mohanji at the hotel lobby at 3 a.m. in the morning. The kids not only got up promptly but got ready and were in very happy mood, which itself was a miracle. On the way, I got the opportunity to sit in the car Mohanji travelled in. Therein started what I realized later was Mohanji's Leela. Rajesh had done a reci a day before and he mentioned that we need to park our cars at a car park and walk 2.5 kilometers to reach the ghats. Somewhere in the middle, we lost our way, and Google Maps kept showing us many different routes. The car for an outsider would have been comical to watch with Mohanji sitting at the front, calm and composed, and the three men, Madhu, Rajesh, and TB at the back, desperately trying to get GPS connectivity and hence hanging out of the windows. A short distance behind the car, a group of oblivious devotees in the bus with Datta, the bus driver, an ironic name indeed, followed chanting in bliss with no idea about the confusion in the car. At some point, Mohanji asked the guys, who were by now beginning to panic, to ask for directions at a few places. Before we knew where we were, we got down and realized that we had managed to park 5 minutes away from the actual ghat in some gully, which means lane, which was close to the public. Imagine our surprise that we didn't have to walk 2.5 kilometers as we had earlier thought, but reached the ghat in 5 minutes and managed to find a spot for a dip at a place which had very few people. So we actually took a relaxed dip during the Brahma Muhurta without the push and tug and the maddening crowd we were expecting. It was unbelievable to say the least. As Mohanji entered the river for his dip, all of us followed and the whole place was charged with amazing energy. Joyous devotion and sheer gratitude for what we were experiencing was evident in every face I saw. Once we finished the dips, where each of us had taken dips for our guru and lineage, ancestors, family, and friends, we came out feeling completely fulfilled and took blessings from Mohanji, our Satguru. He was looking so mesmerizing with the majesty of Lord Shiva, compassion of Sai Baba, and the love of Dattatreya, all rolled into one. Mohanji, our Parabrahma, the light of our heart, in Nirguna and Sadguna state. Simply blissful indeed. As I was standing next to him, I felt a very strong fragrance of vibhuti or sacred ash, udi, and I commented about it to Mohanji. He had a twinkle in his eyes when he asked me why I was surprised by it. That was when I realized the significance of one's own experience. To read about it in books or to hear about others' experience is good, but when you have your own experience, it instills the deepest faith in you. I also understood the significance of why it is important to write our experiences. The mind keeps questioning and negating creating doubts all the time, as that is our nature. That is its nature. But when you have your own experience and record it somewhere, then it's not very easy to shake your faith. Deepest gratitude to my Guru, Sri Sadguru Mohanji Maharaj, for his grace and love. Deepest gratitude to everything and everyone who helped us make it to the Kumbh Mela in Nasik. Another amazing experience I would like to share is the visit to Ganesh Puri on our way back from Nasik. Mohanji said he would like to spend some time with Vasudevan Swami, a highly evolved saint at the Nath Mandir in Vajreshwari. He asked us to visit and take darshan at Bade Baba's Nityanand Bhagwan Samadhi and meet him back at Vasudevan Swami's place. It did cross my mind why did he not want to come to the Samadhi Mandir after coming all the way to Ganeshpuri. We dropped Mohanji at Vasudevan Swaminath's Mandir opposite Vajeshwari temple and went to Bade Baba's shrine. As our group had a couple of first timers, we went to Kailash Bhavan first to show them the place where Bade Baba used to live. We sat opposite his chair and meditated for some time. The place was as powerful and full of energy as it always is. Numerous devotees have felt and seen Bade Baba in and around Kailash Bhavan even to this date. I have had the grace and good fortune of having his darshan too on one such visit. There is a room opposite the bathtub which is sometimes open to visitors. This was where Bade Baba used to sleep. The last couple of times the room was open and we got in and meditated there for some time. I tried to open the door to enter the room, but it was locked. I put my head near the door and peeped in and thanked Bade Baba for this darshan when I felt a very strong fragrance of vibhuti once again coming from inside. I instinctively recognized it as Mohanji's fragrance, the same one I felt at the dip. As I kept my head there, I also got a strong smell of sandalwood, and after a while, I could smell multiple fragrances coming from the room. Madhu, Nikunj, Arusha, and Vidya each put their head there, smelled the fragrances, and their whole foreheads began to pulsate as the energy inside was very high. Every single one of us was amazed. At that moment, we knew Mohanji was inside with Bade Baba, and I felt a couple of other masters were there too. We then went to the Samadhi Mandir right in time for the Aarti, and needless to say, the darshan was magical. We felt after the Aarti, we left after the Aarti without waiting for the prasad, as the others in the group would be waiting for us at the Nath Mandir. When we arrived, I saw Mohanji and asked him what was he doing at Kailash Bhavan. To which he replied with the same twinkle in his eyes that he did not have to be physically present at Ganesh Puri to take darshan of Bade Baba. He also confirmed there were a few of them. He also confirmed there were a few of them in the room. It was an amazing moment for me as a reconfirmation of how one's own experience cuts out the doubts set forth by the mind. By the end of the trip, I understood that what we see physically is a minuscule part of Mohanji's stature and presence. I remember what he told me when I met him at the Mumbai Center. Try to understand me, then you will never leave me. My single prayer to him is to help me understand him, as I would never want to leave him ever, and I pray it always remains the same, remains that way. To summarize, I would like to share this beautiful write-up on the Guru Tattva by Swami Shivananda. The disciples self-surrender to Guru and Guru's grace is interrelated. Surrender draws down Guru's grace and grace of the Guru makes the surrender complete. Guru's grace works in the form of sadhana in the aspirant. If an aspirant sticks to the path tenaciously, this is the grace of the Guru. If he resists when temptation assails him, this is the grace of the Guru. If people receive him with love and reverence, this is the grace of the Guru. If he gets all all bodily wants, this is the grace of the Guru. If he gets encouragement and strength when he is in despair and despondency, this is the grace of the Guru. If he gets over the body consciousness and rests in his own Ananda Swarupa, this is the grace of the Guru. Feel his grace at every step and be sincere and truthful to him. Bless me, Mohanji, that I feel your grace at every step and remain sincere and truthful to what you stand for. Jai Brahma Rishi Mohanji. Here are two pictures. First one is a dip during the Kumbh Mela, and the other one is with Vasudevan Swami in Ganeshpuri. There are two more pictures. The power of protection and intensity of Shiva. Next chapter is Miraculous Shiva Kavacham Strotam by Rajesh Kamath from India. The unwavering consciousness of a realized master is the vertebral engine that affects the spiritual transformation of the people who come into contact with him, thus taking them towards the ultimate goal of liberation. This consciousness, unruffled stillness, like still water or a perfect mirror, reflects the true nature of the seeker who comes in contact with the Guru. Some are frightened to see their own true form and run away. They are usually blinded by the material world. They are not aware of how bound they are. Some accept it and decide to walk towards the ultimate goal of personal liberation. The connection of the individual to this consciousness depends on his or her degree of awareness, faith, and surrender. Bhav, devotion, or attitude of gratitude with reverence is the essential ingredient, which is a gift of the Master's grace made eligible through perseverance and persistence of the individual. The Master provides several methods that help in deepening the connection. His words, written or spoken, spiritual methods and techniques, energy transfer, and in some cases, spiritual experiences. However, a realized master's operating level is not restricted to the physical plane. The work that the master does in other subtle dimensions is far more transformative and yet not always perceptible and tangible to the individual. Out of deep compassion and love, the pure grace from the master uplifts the individual and moves him closer to liberation. Here is a brief overview and background on the Shiva Kavacham Strotam. The Shiva Kavacham Strotam, recited by Mohanji, is a very powerful experience for every listener. Mohanji has repeatedly said that there is nothing beyond it. It is for merging with the formless brightness aspect of Shiva, the manifested and unmanifested united. Mohanji has set the basic criteria as bhav and surrender with deep devotion towards Lord Shiva, Lord Dattatreya, and his numerous avatars, Hanumanji, Sai Baba, or Mohanji, for sharing this unique gift with people. Hence, maintaining the sanctity of the Kavacham is of paramount importance. This behoves the recipients to ensure that they use this gift with the sacredness and reverence that it deserves, and that they exercise deep discrimination in sharing it with only those people who would value and respect it. Mohanji insists that it must be kept and used with utmost reverence and sacredness. The person who has received it can share it with someone as long as the following conditions are met. The person requesting it must have deep bhav, devotion and connection to Mohanji, Lord Shiva, Lord Hanuman, Sai Baba, Lord Datta, etc. 2. The person requesting it must be properly informed to treat the gift with respect and reverence. The Kavacham must be listened to consciously, like meditation, with 100% concentration and a lot of bhav. It cannot be treated as background music. For those conducting POP sessions, Mohanji has allowed it to be played after our meditations as a continuation of gratitude, where all participants should maintain silence and deep reverence. Without further ado, we move on to the experiences that people have had with the Kavacham, emphasizing the sacredness of the Kavacham. We hope that people understand the importance of the Shiva Kavacham from these experiences and use it in a proper manner to derive supreme benefit from this sacred gift. Devi Mohan from Serbia shared this beautiful experience from the UK retreat in July 2015. I will never forget a lovely little wooden hut called Gidney Cabin in Gilbert Park near London, in which our retreat group recently experienced a true explosion of energy and grace. Shiva Kavacham after Shaktipat, which means energy transfer, followed by Sai Arati, ritual worship, while in Mohanji's expanded presence created the ground for a takeoff into a most blissful inner state. Body as if turned into a stone statue, mind in perfect stillness, consciousness expanded as if pulled upward. I suddenly got immersed into the purest, vibrant love. No words can describe the magnificence of such a state. For a second, the eyes of Shirdi Baba appeared in my inner vision, and then tears, warm tears of eternal gratitude, was all that moved over my otherwise frozen body. While the Shirdi Aarti was on, I made a feeble attempt to get back into the body and get up to join Mohanji. But the body would not move, not even one finger, and deep inside, I did not want to leave this blissful state. For nothing that one can experience in the physical world can ever come close to it. It was more than an hour and or so later that I could slowly come out. Strong sensations in the heart chakra, energy center followed. Tears of gratitude that soon turned into loud sobbing for no reason known to mind. Continuous shivers and waves of great awe and gratitude. The golden colors on this image will always warm my heart. The grace of Sai and Mohanji that transcends all the boundaries of human existence. Deepest pranams, salutations for eternity. Devi. Johan from UK relates his profound experience of the Shiva Kavacham during the same retreat. After the power of purity meditation, the kidney cabin, the Shiva Kavacham was played in Mohanji's presence. I could see the energy of Shiva flowing through Mohanji, but nothing could have prepared me for what followed. My entire physical and energy bodies were filled with pure golden yellow light. I could feel the billions of cells in the body starting to separate and each one being cleansed by this light. Each cell was releasing accumulated stuff and memories of pain. I saw many souls of my ancestral lineage and from previous lives appearing, acknowledging, clearing, and healing our previous relationships. Mohanji appeared in his light form, comparable to the old negative film roles with the outline of his face and hair filled with immense golden light. Pure love enveloped my entire being, and I was being bathed in the arms of the Creator, the pure consciousness that sustains the entire universe. I wanted to merge and to be in the absolute void of stillness. But circumstances and time meant this was not possible yet. My sincere gratitude to Mohanji for creating and holding this space of immense energy and for cleansing at all levels. Swami Mohan Bhaktananda, known as Yashik Singh in an earlier life from Durban, South Africa, related the following experience with the Kavacham. The first time I heard the Kavacham was at the retreat in South Africa a few months ago. Mohanji asked us to put the Kavacham on and to keep our eyes closed and listen to it. I did not expect much more than to enjoy his voice singing, which I love. I closed my eyes and the kavacham started. I noticed immediately that my breathing changed. It became deeper and fuller. I started drowning in the energy of the mantras. It not only has the power of Shiva's protection mantras, but more importantly, it has the amazing energy of Mohanji in it. My spine began to burn and my body temperature increased. I started to sweat. I felt an intense heat in my tummy area. Although this was happening, it was as if I was just watching it happen to myself. I experienced it, but at the same time did not experience it. Slowly, the trees and chirping birds disappeared. The walls and glass windows of the room disappeared. The entire room vanished into a blissful void. The other devotees seemed to merge into the void. Even I did not exist and merged into this void. All that was left was Mohanji. I always have had faith in Mohanji. From the first time I spoke with him, I knew he was Shiva. As he blessed me and he grew my love, I realized he was Parabrahma. But for the first time, when Mohanji blessed me, I felt I was touching his true nature. It was only a taste, just a drop of what he is, but enough to change and break concepts I had of him. Words cannot describe what I felt Mohanji to be, because it was a state of beingness and not a state where logic prevailed. No words have ever been created to describe what is at the first level past Mohanji's physical body. I can't even describe it as bliss or auspiciousness, because these are words that describe a state. Seeing Mohanji during the Kavacham showed me that he is beyond states, even beyond the dynamic Prakriti or static Purusha states. If I am forced to use words, then he is the causeless cause. He is the cause of every single thing that happens. The cause of the planets moving, the causes of gravity, the cause of sunshine, the cause of devotion, the cause of energy flow, the cause of love, the cause of gods with form, and he is the cause of the formless, everlastingly blissful Parabrahma itself. He was there before the formless God was born, because formless is still a form. He is the cause of formlessness. The physical feeling during this time was just bliss. Tears rolled down my cheeks, and again I was just watching this all happen. From my experience, the Kavacham not only brings protection, which is a powerful, strong, impenetrable ring of fire, but brings peace, stillness, and a conscious beyond the body. There are still more experiences related to Shiva Kavacham. I think we can stop here, and next time when we meet, we are going to read Palak Mehta's experience with Shiva Kavacham. It's always lovely being with you. Please take care of yourself. Love all the beings around you. And thank you for this opportunity that I could do this seva of book reading. Thank you very much. Have a blessed life. Jai Mohan.